and is working on an oil rig way out on the salty sea. Don't you roughnecks get a little lonesome for some gentle company? Ain't no drinking, ain't no gambling on an oil rig, no preambling. Can't afford to make a slip up when it's tired and just about down. Ain't no time to think about your mom and pa back in the country. That life's another world away. And is working on an oil rig way out on the salty sea. Don't you roughnecks get a little lonesome for some gentle company?
Right time, gentlemen, please. 10:30. Come on, Mac. Hey, mate.
Oh, why don't you go home, Josh?
Good on you, man. Don't get up. Quick, here.
Oh, look, just watch when you go back to the kitchen now. Hi, Doc.
Haven't made a trip yet.
What time are they going to pull out?
We'll probably pull out about 3 or 4 o'clock.
Too early.
That was good for some point.
Could stay there all day.
I was brought up in Narracourt in South Australia and went to high school for 3 years and did my intermediate. But that's as far as I went. I didn't like school that much. My father worked for a stock and station agent and I went there for 10 months after I left school. An oil rig was working not far from town and I went out just for a look one day, just out of interest. They were looking for hands and I went back the next day and took a job as a general roustabout. 3 weeks after that the hole finished and the crew was moved to another rig in Victoria. I went with them. I've been in the oil business ever since. That's about 2 years now.
Hey, Andrew, here's a letter came for you this morning just off the chopper.
Oh, fine,
From a
mate.
sweetheart, I think.
No, wouldn't be. Oh, only a flaming check.
Finish with us, George. Finish. What do you say here? Eh? Chicken, jellies, banana cuts, canned fruit. Have a lot. That's something special.
I'll have one in steak there, Scotty.
Oh, we're going to have steak as usual.
I'll be about at the time.
Bit of rubber steak, please, Rob.
I'll have one there too, Ralph, when you're ready. Well done.
Well done.
Say, rubber, you always cook?
Yeah. Just the same as usual.
I've been on the ocean dig ever since she was in the shipyard in Whyalla, so I guess I'm an old hand.
Thanks a lot, Ralph.
Life on an offshore rig is mainly different from the land rig because offshore you can't go anywhere. There's a canteen with a recreation room or your bunk. So we work long shifts, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week for 2 weeks. And then we get our week off to go home.
How many words you got left, Tom?
Huh?
How many words you got left?
Oh, packet full.
Here's
Some of that salt.
I'll borrow some off you later on.
S.O. Melbourne, S.O. Melbourne, Ocean Digger.
Oh, yeah, Lacey, how you doing?
Just fine, Mark. We're drilling at 7,033. 7033. Mark, how copy?
Lacey.
Mud weight 97, VS 44. Everything's going along real fine at the moment.
I see. What you have in the hole now, they're all SO draw collars, is that right?
I have 18 SO collars and 6 Odico collars that we brought out last night that have been tuboscoped.
Collars that were worked over at Goldfields on.
Well, I'm not real sure, but these are ones that Odico sent out last night, and they supposedly are good shape. We laid down the ones we had picked up and picked these 6 up. Come back.
Okay, let's see what else you have.
I believe that's all from here. We're keeping our fingers crossed.
I see that you get squared away at Norma and Beth, over.
Yeah, yes, we have enough bits, I think, to take us way on down.
Say, tomorrow's a holiday, so I'll take the report to home at 8 o'clock, say, over.
Well, roger to that. If you want me to, I'll just bring them in to you.
I believe he said he's not coming out till after he sees the Melbourne Cup, over.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, mighty fine. Nothing further from here.
While a rig's drilling, a roughneck gets it pretty easy. He doesn't work very hard, but looks after the routine jobs like checking the mud. It's pumped in the hole to balance the pressure on the bottom and lubricate the bit and bring up the cuttings. We do tests to make sure it's kept at the right consistency. The cuttings made by the drill bit are brought up to the surface with the mud as it recirculates, and these cuttings are analysed by the geologist all the time the rig is drilling. It's the geologists who tell the driller how deep to go and when to stop.
Drill flow.
Yeah, Doug.
Rex, would you just start drilling again? I don't know what's happened here. It looks like we've got a little bit of sand, but doesn't seem to be anything there much.
Roger.
The first taste of roughnecking I got was on a floating rig, like a ship. When the sea was rough, it would rock like anything, and the waves would splash up over the sides, so it'd get pretty wet. The digger's a lot better because you've hardly got any movement at all. She's got huge pontoons, like submarines, which are filled with water and submerged. The ballast control room can control the tilt of the rig by pumping water into different compartments in the pontoons. The tilt of the rig is important to us when we're drilling. When the drill bit gets worn out, all the pipe has to be taken up, broken down and stacked. The drill bit is replaced, and then the whole process has to be reversed. The pipes join together and put down the hole until the bit hits bottom, and you can start drilling again. That's called a round trip, and when you're about 8,000 feet down like we are now, a round trip can take up to about 6 hours. Drilling's a real team effort. There's 5 guys in the crew. There's a driller who handles all the controls, 3 roughnecks and a derrickman. The derrickman works 90 feet up. I wouldn't say his job was easier than a roughneck's, but it's a lot cleaner and a lot steadier job. The driller is the most important man on the drill floor. He's told what to do, but how he gets it done is up to him. And if it's messed up in some way, well, he gets the blame. If a roughneck wants to learn, if he really wants to learn, he can be a driller inside 4 years, but it's something you can't learn by going to school. It's all experience on the floor. A roughneck's job is pretty hard. When I started, I thought I was fit, but for the first 3 days, I just walked off the drill floor at the end of my shift and slept. After that, I started to get the feel of it, but even now, after a week off, it takes about 3 days to settle down again and know you're back at work. The main thing is your reflexes and keeping your mind on the job. In a good crew, everyone knows what the others are going to do. If someone walks off to do something, you've got to know exactly what he's doing so that you don't get in his way trying to do the same job. And if you get on well together too, well, you're a pretty good crew.
Let's see, you bet $1 diamond.
$1 diamond.
I bet $2.
Two spades.
I was on the ground, wasn't he?
Potatoes if you had
I don't know. I hope I get paid for this. What about you, Mr. Darby? Lazy.
Coffee for me, please.
Coffee, sir. I'll have to get a boss of coffee.
The dining room's open 24 hours a day. We get movies twice a week, or we can play cards, but no drinking or gambling's allowed. You wouldn't feel like working with some other guy who's won half your wages off you the night before. The motor room runs continuously because it supplies all the power for the rig. The digger costs so much to operate that they've got to run it 24 hours a day, and that's why they have 2 drill crews working 12-hour shifts. Sometimes on a trip you can twist off a drill collar or drill pipe and lose it somewhere down the hole. When this happens, you've got to fish it out by putting on a special tool which jams over the end of the lost pipe. Then, when you've picked it up, you've got to carefully pull out of the hole, spinning the pipe out with the chain so that you don't lose it again. It makes you mad when you've just gone to all the trouble of putting the pipe down the hole, and it's pretty tiresome and boring when it happens towards the end of your shift.
they call him? Falua.
Mrs. Nichols.
Mrs. Nichols. Don't forget. If she wins it, she gets some money too. Yeah. Rain lover.
Sea Fitton. Colin Fitton.
Colin Fitton. That's another bad one. Next fella up is Tails.
Lucy Darby.
Tails, Lacey, good on.
That's a good one. That's a good one, boy.
Terminal.
Roy Buckley.
Roy Buckley. Don't see you never heard of it. It's a good one. Yeah. Napoa.
Bob Dominey.
Bob Dominey, not a bad either.
I think money was the main reason I started on rigs. I was getting about $38 a fortnight back at the stock agency, or even a bit less than that. You can earn good money on rigs and save a lot if you put your mind to it. For that reason, my girlfriend doesn't mind much, except she gets to thinking what I'm doing while I'm away all the time. Nothing much to be jealous about.
Hey, Mark, covering that stuff of yours? That's shampoo and stuff. No, I'm just scared I might go bald like you.
Yeah, I reckon that all the washing not too good for the skin. It takes all the natural oils out.
Put this stuff with the water.
Run me glass, eh?
Yeah, Dollar. Yeah.
Milk and lily cream for the baby.
You want a glass?
When we get off tower at 12 o'clock at night, we shower and change and watch a movie maybe before getting to sleep. If it's the night before crew change, you get so excited about going off that sometimes you don't even get to bed. Just sit up all night talking and watching movies.
That's probably one you used up before. That grinds it up. Uses it on rope.
Crew change day is a fairly trying morning. Sometimes the choppers don't get there till late and you get pretty anxious to go. There's always a lot of talk about what we're going to do when we get to town, but some of these things are overrated. I get a lift into town and usually spend the afternoon in Melbourne in a pub. Around 8 o'clock, catch a bus to Bordertown about 270 mile away. I usually ring my girlfriend from there to pick me up and drive me to Narracourt. I've about 5 days at home altogether. gets rough, the supply ships have a bad time with it. The drill pipes wear out eventually and have to be offloaded and taken back to the base. The collars are so heavy that 5 guys couldn't even lift one end off the deck, so that when the weather's rough, which is pretty often in Bass Strait, the crews have a tough time. It makes you feel glad to be taken off by a chopper. I guess I'm one of the few people who travel to work by helicopter, me and Reg Ansett. Business is a good life for a single man. You can have a terrible lot of fun. You can save money too if you want. It's changed my habits. I've travelled around a lot more. I've seen more of the country. If I'd stayed at home, I most probably wouldn't have left town, only go to Adelaide or somewhere on the weekend. But I've been pretty well nearly all over Australia now, just working on rigs and that. It gets into some people's blood. They work on an oil rig, they never leave it. There's a hell of a lot of interesting people you meet in the oil business, and met a nice bunch of guys, you know. A good fun crew.
And is working on an oil rig way out on the salty sea. Don't you roughnecks get a little lonesome for some gentle company? Ain't no drinking, ain't no gambling on an oil rig, no preambling. Can't afford to make a slip up when it's tired and just about down. Ain't no time to think about your mom and pa back in the country. That life's another world away. And it's working on an oil rig way out on the salty sea. Don't you roughnecks get a little lonesome for some gentle company?